Yeah, g'day humanoid life forms, Chewie here. In this video I'm just testing out a few new settings and I want to tell you a bit of a story. Before I tell you the story, I'd like to tell you what prompted me telling the story. I had a message on an old video from about, I don't know, a bit over a year ago, from a guy who's got a channel. Well, a guy and a lady who have a channel, and their channel name is Harley Throttle Juice. Fantastic channel, fantastic people. Roger and Rochelle, really interesting, quirky couple. Roger is a photographer. They both ride Harley Davidson motorcycles, and I have to say I think Rochelle's bike is a bit nicer. I gotta say, I think Rochelle's a lot nicer to look at too. No offense, Roger. You must check out their channel. Absolutely brilliant content. Really articulate and well put together. Lots of cinematography happening, especially with the drone footage. Roger's someone who knows what he's doing. Check out the channel. He left a message on a video from days of old on the top 5 concerts that I'd been to, and in that video I mentioned Roger Glover from Deep Purple, and that he was the nicest bloke you could meet. So here's the story of how I met Roger Glover. In 1999 I was a sad sack, let's put it that way. I didn't have 2 pennies to rub together, or another way to say that, I didn't have a pot to piss in. I was lonely, alone, broke. And anyway, an ex-girlfriend rang me up and said, "There's a Triple M competition, you should enter it." So I did. And I won. I won because, I had to play the guitar live on the radio, and the only reason I won was because I've got a massive family and they all rang in and voted for me. And what did I win? I won a phone number for a manager of a band who was going to be touring the Czech Republic, and they needed a guitar player. So I auditioned for the band, I met the guys, and they decided to take Terry instead. Terry was someone that they've known for a long time, and they just felt more comfortable taking Terry, which is fine, that was cool, no problem. They did their first gig overseas and they supported Metallica. It was an outdoor event. They estimate about 15,000 people. Very soon after the Metallica gig, Terry couldn't handle it and he got on a plane and went home, prompting a phone call. So I received a phone call from the Czech Republic, and it was the manager of the band asking if I could come over there and do the rest of the tour. I didn't have a passport at the time, I didn't have a visa, and I needed to get there within, I think it was about a week. I had no money for the airfare to get there, so I went grovelling to my mum and I asked if I could borrow some money, and she said, "Yeah, you can't miss out on this opportunity. Here's the money, you can do it." So I got everything organised, my passport, visa, jumped on a plane, made it there on the Thursday. On the Friday morning we performed live on television. Now I didn't know any of their music yet, so on the Thursday night I had to learn enough to fake a lip-synced version of a song that I'd never heard before, which was all good. So the next day after arriving in the Czech Republic, I was on national television. The Deep Purple support gig was the following Monday. This was Friday morning. I had 2 rehearsals to learn a set's worth of material. I had a 12-hour rehearsal on the Saturday and 4 hours on the Sunday. And on the Monday, we arrived at a place called Zlín, and we were performing in an ice hockey arena. So as we all walked into this ice hockey arena on the Monday afternoon, on the stage in front of me, belting out the bass guitar, was Roger Glover, the bass player for Deep Purple. I went up to the guitar tech and I asked, would it be okay if I went and said hello, said g'day to Roger? And he immediately said, yeah, just wait till he's finished sort of his sound check and then go up. So when he stopped playing the bass guitar, I walked up the stairs onto the stage and I said, excuse me Roger, my name's Matt, I'm playing in the support act. I just want to say g'day, shake your hand. And he said, yeah, no worries mate. He said, hey, after the gig we'll have a beer, eh? And I went, wow, here's Roger Glover, a world famous musician, offering me a beer. Absolutely, I agreed to that one. The guitarist at the time was Steve Morse in the band. Steve Morse also a fantastic guy to meet. While we were playing on stage, we look over to the side of the stage and Steve Morse was standing side stage listening to our music, tapping his foot, bobbing his head, really getting into it. Really cool. After the Deep Purple show, we went backstage to the green room, and all of the paparazzi and managers and people were all in there, and promoters, and we weren't actually allowed in immediately. After a few minutes, the tour manager, or I don't know, someone of importance, allowed us to go in. We went in and it was packed full of people, full of your typical media, groupies, or the whole thing. It was amazing, it was amazing. And as soon as Roger saw us walk in, he immediately grabbed a couple of beers and handed them to Nick, the other guitar player, and myself, and said, here mate, how you going? And we stood there and had a chat with him for about 10 or 15 minutes. We also had a chat with Steve Morse, who was super friendly and super nice. Was actually commenting on our songs and our harmonies and saying how good they were. Well, at that stage they weren't my songs. I'd only known the guys for a few days. So Roger Glover, one of the nicest people you could meet, absolutely thrilled to bits. And that's the story of how I met Roger Glover. Alright, that's about all. You know the drill. Until next time, be good to each other. Chewie out. Peace. %ers. If you like to hear more Chewie stories, let me know in the comments down below. Oh, Harley Throttle Juice's channel, don't forget to check it out. I'll put it in the description down below. Make sure you say g'day to Roger and Rochelle, let them know where you came from. That'd be really cool. Alright, see you later, have a good day, bye bye.